You're listening to the Kiwi podcast. We're occasionally, we used to be once a week, but now occasionally, we get together and talk about random stuff. See, I'm already swearing. I've already ruined it. We'll start again. You're listening to anyway, we're live with the Kiwi podcast. Today we have a special guest, me, and then we got some other people. We've got
I get it.
Maggie.
Oops.
Oopsie the zebra. Nick Newton. And Joe.
Hello. Huh?
What?
Yes.
We've started to a bad start.
So I've got a first question. Who the hell is Joe? Hi, Joe. Welcome to our Politics Anonymous. I've never met you before.
So, as few of us have met this crazy Omega Joe character, tell us a little about yourself and how you came to be on this podcast.
How I came to be on the podcast? Well, my first time was meant to be the previous podcast, but had a bit of a delay in the form of hospital, which wasn't very fun. But
hospital for you or someone else?
It was for someone else, a friend of mine. He managed to break his leg and not have anyone to go to hospital with, and he didn't want to call an ambulance. So that was a fun evening trip. It's always a bundle of laughs. But it came to be on the podcast.
We have fun here.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun. We talk about very nice things, no morbid topics at all.
And we promise not to break any more bones.
Yes. Actually almost broke my phone shortly before I got on this computer. I managed to somehow drop it down the stairs, out of my pocket.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to come back to you to hear more about your friend going to hospital and such.
Oh, yes.
Nick Newton, I don't believe we've heard from you in a while. Where are you?
I was going to say, that was a really upbeat topic.
And how are you?
How am I? I'm alright. I had my phone nicked the other day, so I'm still a bit pissed about that, but...
Hey.
You guys.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, Nick got his phone nicked. Ha ha ha. So fucking hilarious.
But you're over
Are you
in
like
the
me
UK.
and just hate that term?
You stole my joke.
What were you saying, Andrew?
So you're in the UK while all this phone nicking is going on?
Yes. Yeah, new revelation for me. I moved to the UK a year ago.
Well,
So
it's not
has
a new
the
revelation, but some people don't know you. Some people don't know the famous founder of Rooster Sheep. Back when it was
okay.
called-
For those who don't know, this
RVP.
group that we all belong to, I made this. Yeah.
And through that,
We
or
try
through
not to talk
separate
about it.
ways, you happen to become part of a bigger group of Rooster Teeth consultants of some sort.
I
started one of their productions. Well,
I suppose you could call me a
Thanks,
Rooster
Dad.
Teeth alumni.
yeah, we'll call you that.
That's
Illuminati. You're an Illuminati.
Nobody else has, but yep, I'll go with that.
Aw. He just wants to
I'm like-
belong.
I'm on par with I can't remember her last name, but Ellie. Ellie, was it Bates?
Maybe.
Ellie?
Is that's the one who made movies
But
and things?
with pink hair from Gauntlet season 1.
Pass.
In terms of
See-
internet rankings.
I'm
Can I
as
phone a
memorable
friend?
as she is.
Yeah. We'll come back to you, but Maggie, please do tell.
Calling you that from now on.
What
Oh,
have you
God.
been doing in the last 2 weeks since we last had you on the podcast?
Well, it's been 2 weeks. What have I been doing? Well, it's exam season, so it's a lot of fun and really interesting to talk about. And also been playing a lot of Fallout New Vegas because fall is coming. We're
Did
getting
you shout
ready.
about some game? I think
Nah,
they
it's
announced
fine.
a crazy new game. Gosh, I can't. It's from this famous series. XCOM 2. Biggest game announcement in the last week.
Still
I wish I had
disappointed
more
there's not
hands.
Brink 2.
And Nick Cobblepot.
Yes. Yep. That's me.
Copperstone. How have you been? What you been doing? And why
I've been...
you a picture of a Pikachu?
Well, that picture of Pikachu's been there for a long time, I have to say. My onesie collection's massive now. I'm a zebra at the moment. It's fantastic. But let's
and I
see.
also could see you if your internet didn't suck.
Yeah, my internet sucks. Yeah, it sucks. Oh, there's been so much that's really happened to me. Became blacksmith, almost became a human kebab, and dropped my phone off a silo. Yay.
Nice.
Can you make swords?
You became a blacksmith?
Yes.
You gonna elaborate on that?
I get hot bits of metal and I smash them with a hammer.
Okay, and when did you develop time travel and go back to the 17th century?
Right before I decided to be a blacksmith, actually.
Fair enough, actually. Makes sense.
So it wasn't afterwards, so you didn't get teleported back to the 17th century, then decide to become a blacksmith. You decided to become a blacksmith, so built a time machine.
Yes, otherwise I would be incredibly old right now.
If not dead.
Me,
so
dead?
Do you do it as a hobby or as a job? Because
no, hobby, entirely.
Okay. I was like, they don't have much of a market for raw forging these days.
No, not really.
If there's one thing I've learned about time travel, it's always take a gun and a chainsaw with you.
One of the many things you've learned from time travel, I take it.
Yeah.
If Evil Dead taught me anything,
And don't bang your grandma.
That's generally not a good idea, no.
Unless you have to bang your grandma for the time-space continuum to continue, for you to not have the beta brainwaves that the evil floating brain aliens... Sorry, there's just a few triangles.
Illuminati.
You're nearly there.
Yep.
Come on. Come
What you
on.
got there?
You kind of lost it at the end there, Andrew. Yes, we realised it was Ultron.
Basically, you become...
Does that mean you're inbred
Good one, Nick.
if you're your own grandfather? I always wondered that.
I'm not sure if that counts.
You'd have some of the similar genetic issues as inbred people.
Recursive genetic issues. Oh
And how
god!
many iterations of that time loop would go on until you're so severely inbred that you're a loaf?
But
Ah!
I was waiting for that joke.
I couldn't resist. I feel so bad.
So bad.
See, I don't think it would be a loop. It would be more just like, you know where you got your Hot Wheels? And like you go down and then you go through the loop and then keep on going. You would just go through it once. It wouldn't be like a spiral thing.
unless it was
true.
like a church situation where you keep creating other shards
Multiple
of the AI
copies.
and going back and back and back again and again and again.
Yeah, but Church
It's
said that once
slightly different.
Church explained that once he had the answer, the lowest iteration would send the information back to the first one. So it was no matter how many times it was done, once the problem was solved, it would go back up the chain. So there would only be one time of it actually happening.
It's scary how meta that is.
That's weird.
Oh,
There's so much
Andrew.
redactive
What is something I
history
did?
with RVB. What?
Yeah,
Yes,
the thing-
Maggie? I can see you.
I met a rooster sheeper in the wild, as I like to call it, or as we like to call it,
In the
at
field,
uni. In the field.
in the paddock.
So, she was a very nice girl. My age, I
Was?
guess.
You killed
Was.
her.
Was.
Then she met Maggie.
Ha! 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 And I just want to say hi. I forgot your name, and I feel bad, but hi.
Wow.
If you watch this,
That's the most backhanded shout out.
I'm sorry. I'm
Hi,
very
person I've
bad with
forgotten your
names.
name of. You weren't important enough for me to remember your name.
There's a reason why we all have little labels with our names at the bottom. And it,
Yes.
and it might be
Um,
because I can't remember names.
Yeah. In this last 2 weeks for myself, let's see, what have I done? I've either severely bruised or broken a rib.
Yeah, nobody cares, Andrew. Shut up.
No,
talk about
this is
yourself.
awesome. How did you do it?
Go karting.
Well, he was wrestling a bear
Oh.
shark.
Yeah. And then I managed to crack at work. And then I went to a stag do, went to a wedding, whiskey tasting, tried to sell my car, got a new car, and... Yeah, anyway. So,
Is
back
that
to
why you're
RVB.
wearing the suit?
Oh, I'm just wearing a suit because I went to work.
Oh. I thought it was
Yeah,
because you
that's
just got back
fancy.
from the whiskey tasting and thought it'd be a great idea to have a conversation with us.
I was in no talking state after whiskey.
Yeah,
I
I'm-
love
More reason to have a podcast.
Scotch.
there it goes, down into my belly.
There is actually a lost podcast of drunken banter that we never managed to put back together. It's
Was it
stored on
because-
multiple different people's phones.
Probably for the best.
Oh, I remember that.
Oh yeah, no, I've got a lot of that video. I just have to find it.
Basically, we were drunk on a train, and we were like, guys, let's do a podcast right now. We'll upload it. It'll be great. It'll be great. And then, I don't know, in my
Didn't
section
really
of
think
video
about the
was from-
practicalities of getting all those videos back together.
I don't
No,
see
No,
the
I've
downside
got
of
all the
this.
iterations.
Is this how Periscope was invented?
Can someone explain Periscope to me, please?
It's
Me
like
too.
it's the Snapchat of live video.
Hey
Okay,
Nick, explain
okay.
Snapchat to us.
What
Well,
is
it's
the
the
sky?
Periscope of stationary photos.
Snapchat is the Twitter that only lasts for 24 hours.
Nick, what's electricity?
We just get down
What's-
to what is an
Me, Nick,
atom?
or other Nick?
What is the concept of
Do you ever wonder why
hours?
we're here?
Electricity
Ah.
is like candles that don't go out after a couple hours.
And don't burn your tent down.
Yeah. Still
Deep
hot
breathing.
though.
Deep
but
breathing.
Don't touch it.
Electricity is someone having a candle somewhere else and then transmitting that candle to you.
Hey,
Why?
let's not get all technical now, Andrew.
Imagine if you got the messages and you threw them into the air. Like, how would you explain this to a caveman?
Hey,
No, we're
what
not
are
going
you,
there.
Gavin?
Oh no, come on, I have to do this. How would you explain electricity to a caveman?
I'm pretty sure the Rooster Teeth podcast has already
It's-
done this, but okay.
That
What if?
someone in a different cave lights a fire, and then you get fire.
Yeah.
I'd just scream invisible magic till they run away.
Andrew, I think that same little metaphor can be used for STDs as well.
Someone lights a fire somewhere else.
Start a little fire in a cave.
It's 2 eyes. Ooh.
No,
Joe, get all the times.
VD. Gosh.
I just want to go back to Rooster
New
Teeth for a
Zealand?
second, because
Yeah.
I do want to go back.
You
to
want
New
to go
Zealand.
back? I want to go back as well,
The
but I haven't been there.
I've never been.
the subject.
Sorry.
Since we're all fans of the Rooster Teeth,
What's
Um,
Rooster Teeth?
you might say, and
One
and
might use that turn of phrase.
yeah, one may say that, Andrew. The thing I really love about season, well, I love the whole series, but one of the things I love about season 10 is, you guys know Star Wars Episode 3.
Yes,
Vaguely.
yes.
It may
No,
have
I
crossed
can't
my
say I've
mind.
ever heard of it.
What would you
Small
say?
detail, might have heard
There's
of it.
only 4, 5, and 6. They're the only real stuff. Right.
What would you say is the worst piece of dialogue from Star Wars Episode 3?
I want to say the sand line, but that was 2, so I don't really remember much from 3.
You were the
Well, for
chosen
me-
one. No.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
what I was about to say. For me, it was
How does that
Said to bring balance to the force.
I don't know.
What does
What about
Tell
that
us,
line when
Mannequin
he-
emo
say?
prick.
What does Mannequin say in response to that?
Oh.
I killed a bunch of kids?
No, okay.
My name is Michael J. Caboose, and I keep babies.
So for a long period of that movie, I had to take my little brother out because he was too scared, so that might be why I don't remember a lot of
Anyway,
it.
Nick, please do tell us.
Whilst they're fighting, and Obi-Wan's trying to actually be a good actor against Mannequin Skywalker, he says the
He is a
line.
good actor.
Mannequin.
guy.
He says the line. From my perspective, the Jedi are evil, which I think is
Oh,
probably
God.
one of the worst lines of
God.
dialogue in cinema history.
Oh my god.
However,
It works, but continue.
a few months ago,
Spoiler
I
alert,
was
guys,
watching.
for a movie that came out like 15 years ago.
Yeah, shut up. A few months ago, I was watching RVB season 10 for the 100th time, And I realised that Delta says that same line, but in a way better way.
Oh.
Oh,
Right at the
Pray don't
start, when he's
tell.
talking to the bad guys. What are they called? The insurgents?
Insurgents. Yeah.
insurrectionists.
Yes.
Insurrectionists. That's it. He's talking to the insurrectionists, and there's
Sharkface.
like, he's like, I put it to you that there is no good and evil, and that it's merely perspective. And the guy's like, whoa, man, like it's just like two sides of the same coin, and then gets hit in the head by York. But it's like, it made me realize that Bernie Burns managed to make the worst line in Star Wars sound cool.
Mm.
Yeah.
A lot of the freelancer season 9 and 10 story was very, are we the good guys? What's
Yeah.
the line? We're the good guys, right?
Yeah, that one.
I liked that. It, put it in a different perspective because, Red vs. Blue has never really sort of gone with what you would expect a sci-fi action comedy to go with.
Action? Well, I suppose season 9 and 10 really kind of depicted
Yeah.
it. Didn't it?
Yeah, but even from the very first trailer, it painted it as sort of like this actiony thing, and it's, but then that's not what you get. And
Yeah.
for the first 5 seasons, all the action happened off screen. So Tex would
Well,
walk into a
about
room
the
and be
action.
right now stuff.
It's
To
just
be
to getting
fair,
undressed.
a trailer of people standing still and bobbing their heads for a long period of time is not very cool, so I can see why they did it.
Groot.
Yeah.
Curse you for your sudden but inevitable betrayal.
I've got a crusher.
I will
I'm
crush you.
like a video.
Creepy Pikachu returns!
Speaking of Star Wars, I actually came across a comment on Reddit about a month ago, and this guy has a surprisingly well-constructed theory about why R2-D2 is actually a Sith Lord.
Oh, do
And-
tell.
Okay, I'll hang on. I think I actually have it bookmarked. I'll try and quickly summarize it.
Give us the nutshell.
Nutshell. Okay. I wonder if there's a TLDR, but
Is it because all midgets are evil?
Oh, Maggie.
Because they're close to the ground, right?
Maggie,
I say the
little
things
person.
we're all thinking.
All little people are
No,
evil.
you say the things.
I'm
you're
sorry,
thinking.
sorry.
okay. So let's go. R2D2's real name is actually R2, spelled ARTOO, and that's the spelling in one of the books in 1976. You know that
the
Yoda.
books are
Official
not
spelling.
canon.
No,
Some of
that
them
is
are.
the official.
Well-
That is the official spelling on the wiki.
The book's
Um,
written by George Lucas.
If you want to pull the wiki up. Anyway,
Anyway,
so
thank you.
Believe me, it is
Sure.
R2.
R2.
yes, Yoda. We know that he's not the only person in his race. We see one of his, at least somebody else from the species in one of the prequel movies. We also know that when Sith is horribly injured, they have the tech to put them into a robot suit. So R2 was or is the same species as Yoda, and his the race basically became, the force within him became so strong it had the power of a Sith in him as well. So we know that Palpatine is a strong force user capable of hiding their abilities. That's why R2 didn't ping everybody's force radar whenever he's anywhere near. He's a quiet, unassuming astromech. He can go almost anywhere. And then it goes pretty crazy. The guy says that R2 is actually Anakin's father as well. That's he's saying that
That's
he's
getting a
before he
bit
was
weird.
born. Why would a slave own a droid? Like, let's think about that for a second. How does a slave come to own a droid?
He built
That's-
him.
No, he built C-3PO. He didn't build R2.
Yeah, exactly. Where did R2 come from?
So
Oh,
when
wait.
they shoved the important parts
When
inside
a man
R2,
bot and a woman bot love each other, they make an R2.
they kept
But
the
Anakin-
brain and the jump.
Anakin never owned
I'm so
R2.
confused.
R2 was just one of the repair droids on Padme's ship.
Oh yeah, he was like the only one that survived, so he was fated. It's probably
That's what
'cause
this
he
guy
had the
says.
Force.
So there was also
Some people
the-
have pointed out to him that R2 was owned by the rebels, and the guy admits that he hadn't paid too much attention to 1 to 3 because he only saw them once. However, he says that hydrospace tech is actually a mechanical version of Sith Force powers, and that's kind of crazy. And he says about in some of the books, Sith have the ability to travel from planet to planet by ripping a hole in the Force and stepping through, and the ability has been lost over so many years and so on and so forth. He's saying that there is a Sith ghost on Korriban that would trade the tech to Darth R2. So R2 is a little project on the side to make him even more difficult to detect. As he was doing all kinds of crazy things with Force portals, he used his little Force Persuade to get Natalie Portman to sleep with an 8-year-old because got some issues.
Yeah, what was with that?
Yeah, that's a very strange thing. We even actually see R2 use Force Lightning as well. We see it in Return of the Jedi. He
Or
also
it
flies.
could just be, you know, a little spark coming out of his sparky thing he has because he's a
Or
robot.
he's a Dalek.
That's what he wants you to think.
Darth 2D2, if you will.
But seriously, like,
Anyway.
how does he get someone pregnant? Does he just go, hey, the Force? Or did they, like, shove his junk in there as well? Well as his brain or whatever?
But,
Let's
but
just
how does he have midichlorians with no blood?
There's also
we ignore the
there are
midichlorians, Maggie.
no Sith ghosts. There are no
Yeah,
Sith ghosts.
The
'Cause
Sith don't hang around.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Nick, you go on.
Yeah, because the Sith fear death and try to stay alive. Like the Jedi can become ghosts because they
Hey, it's
they
not my
welcome
theory.
death.
It's not my theory. This is just what some guy on the internet wrote that I thought was pretty well wrote out. And he says a couple of other things about how it's pretty easy for Jedi to just tear droids apart. And what do we see at the very start of well, not the very start, but what do we see in number 4 when Luke's uncle goes to take the red droid? Just randomly blows up.
Yep. So
Yeah, okay.
Multi-wiring.
yeah,
Sand in the sensors.
let's just take his whole theory with a grain of salt because it's obviously very
Wrong.
not canon and
Very.
has many holes to be poked in it.
Very does.
And
Just
as
put it
Nick was
over there.
saying, yeah, the Sith fear death, so they wouldn't end up as a ghost. I'm sure Anakin didn't want to
Look, he
come
goes.
back. Anakin.
Yeah, well, Anakin was redeemed, but that still actually bugs me. He shouldn't have become a ghost.
Yeah, but
Definitely
he
didn't want to
did
come
bring
back
balance
as-
to the Force.
What's
Like, at
his
the
name?
start of Episode 1, there's like 200, 300 Jedi and like 1 Sith Lord, maybe 2 Sith Lords. He evened it out. There was like 2 Jedi, 2 Sith Lords by the end of it.
Yeah, he brought balance to the Force.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
good guy.
Which is exactly what the prophecy said he was going to do.
Then as
Yeah.
he was dying, he killed Palpatine by chucking him in the giant disco ball, and then he died, and then into balance. Woo.
Also speaking
Okay.
about bullshit fan theories that aren't true. I read
Go
one
on.
on I read one on about Harry Potter earlier, and it's talking about how like the Horcruxes affect people, sort of like with Ginny it completely controlled her. With Ron, it turned him into an arsehole.
Ooh,
with
I
other
did read this one. It's
Oh,
quite
Yeah,
yeah,
with-
turned him into an asshole.
with Dumbledore,
That's
it was going. If Malfoy hadn't finished off the job, it was killing him. The Horcruxes are just like terrible for everyone involved. Now, what if a family, say 3 people, a husband, wife, and their fat kid, lived with one for 10 years under the stairs?
Yeah, imagine if a loving family
Holy
chose
shit.
to take in
No,
the
no.
orphan child of their dead sister, happened to very lovingly take the kid in, and then slowly their souls were pulled to pieces by this pure evil housed within their house.
I'm
Why
sure.
they might turn into what is described in the first book as the evil, step family.
Yes, but also, he pretty much lives with the Weasleys for the next 5 or so years. So it's like,
And have you? Yeah.
Also, they were
No.
assholes before he turned up.
Being evil.
In the book, they were
Oh,
assholes
no.
before he turned up. There's another theory that I read that I can't remember all of it, but it's basically that Hogwarts doesn't exist and Harry's still under the stairs. It's just like this thing that he created in his own mind. Like
he's actually a
gone
psychiatric child.
Yeah, he's gone completely insane. He's still under the stairs, but he's invented this world for himself where he's the hero.
Well,
Well, I don't know if it was probably not.
fan stories and expanded canon. Have any of you guys been following Hunt the Truth, the Halo story?
Nope.
I'm not.
The what?
I don't know the Halo story after 2.
So
Yeah. I'm with you, Maggie. I've only ever
leading
played them
up
on
to-
computer.
Yeah, they're leading up to Halo 5, which is
Fuck you, Xbox.
aimed. The Oni are now hunting the Master Chief down, and potentially want to kill him because he's gone rogue and is helping out all the aliens because he's friends with the Arbiter and shit. And so this whole series is looking at how Oni are trying to make out that the Master Chief's all evil and shit.
Make out with the Master Chief, yes. Yeah.
All
there's-
evil and
Go
shit.
on.
Andrew,
Yeah.
2015.
Well, I don't want to spoil anything, but
I think I've also
shit's
read
gone
this
down,
fanfiction.
and public opinion of the Master Chief is that he's gone rogue.
I think I heard a Funhouse video on this. I think I read it out.
So there's like a radio play that's going on. You can find it on huntthetruth.bandcamp, whatever. But yeah, it's quite interesting to look at how, like, we all go, oh yeah, the Master Chief's the hero of the story and he's doing all this good, and then you look at how he came to be through, like, if you've read any of the expanded stuff, being kidnapped at the age of 6 and indoctrinated into the armed forces, genetically
And then you see like
modified
Halsey.
by Dr. Halsey, and now
Yeah.
Dr. Halsey's been made out as the bad guy when she was doing it all under the influence of Oni, and like, there's some
Conspiracy man.
bad shit going on.
I loved that from playing Reach in Halo 4, like seeing Halsey like
Yeah.
somewhat caring for Spartans like her kids, and there's like in number 4 she's like, these aren't real Spartans, and just like treating them like shit, and then they were like treating her like shit, and she was like, yep, no, it's tough, yeah, I'm not helping you.
Well, no, the Spartan
So-
4s aren't her Spartans.
No,
Master
no.
Chief has mummy issues. Is this what this is all about?
Yeah, he loves
Yeah.
Halsey, and that's why he's gonna go save her.
Well, no,
No.
that can't be right though, because everyone knows that the Spartans don't have a sex drive because they're always, overly attached to cybernetic AI, like Cortana.
So what you're
No, that's
saying
'cause
is
they were
instead of what
sterilized
got,
like the
you
age
got
of
down there?
Love doesn't have to be sexual.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, they replaced that with like a USB port so they can just plug on their armor.
Oh yeah. Plug and unplug me. Mm.
You have to safely remove the device.
Well, he does every time he puts
Always
Cortana
use
into
virus
the machine.
protection.
He's like, safely remove, waits a few seconds.
Clicks OK, takes it out.
Yeah, but was it number 2 where he just like pulled out the chip and he just like flicker at that, flicker at that, flicker at that,
Basically.
You're
and
talking
then all
about
of a sudden it
flicking
went
off
back to
Cortana?
like a USB drive.
Wait. He was flicking her?
Yeah. And
Oh.
let's not forget the unspecified amount of time that Cortana spent with
Calm
the
down,
weird
Maggie.
monster.
Maggie's just getting a little excited over there.
Sex jokes.
We're all 34.
Oh, I have.
Get it?
You don't even need to search it to find Cortana porn. It's practically in the games.
Yeah.
No comment.
Awkward.
Anyway, on a totally separate topic, anyone want to buy a car?
Depends.
Yeah, I definitely need a car.
Don't
Is
have
it
enough money
cheaper?
to run one.
I can't really ship it. to you.
$5.50 and half a cookies and cream crusher.
That's a good deal. You should take that.
You're only a comma out. I need $5,500.
So
I'll
you're
let you
using
sleep
the
on my
podcast
couch.
to sell your car? Is that
No,
what
it's
this
not
has
going to work
turned
that
into?
way. But I've bought a new car and it's finally got here from Japan, so now I can
Hey.
sell my old one.
Nice.
I tell you what, I recently
Fucking
acquired
brag
a
about
phone. I'll trade you.
Well, I was in England the other day and I acquired a phone.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Give me my phone back.
Just wondering, Joe,
So,
Are
Yes.
you also got to drop the car down the stairs once you trade it?
I don't know. I mean, I have actually.
Like,
I
That
pull
would be
in your pocket.
impressive.
cars, one of which has been a building project that was meant to be 6 months and has now been around 4 years. So, time ticks on.
Speaking of buying new things that take a lot longer to put them together and do it, yeah, I'm bad at the transition thingy. I bought a house. I should not be that responsible for something.
What?
Bought a house?
How did you buy a house?
Well, I got money, went to the bank and said, I want a house. Yeah.
That's
They
what we're
somehow-
missing.
You're not an
All this
Auckland.
time we've been doing it wrong.
No, where I am, houses go as low as 40,000.
Where do
Oh,
you
that's
live?
right. He doesn't live in Auckland.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
houses are really expensive.
Still,
There's
where
a house
do you
for
live?
$40,000, 5 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. The only downside of that house was it was right next to Black Power's main headquarters in Harbour.
And it's
Other than that,
other than that minor problem.
No, you
Yeah,
missed the biggest
Well,
problem.
you're just going to be the noisy neighbour until they move out, and then you can
Yeah,
sell it.
exactly.
You won't have Blackburn next year.
just annoy them so much they want to move out.
patches.
So,
Thankfully, I live like an hour away from that.
so when Nick's body turns up in the river, we're all going to know that it was because he was wearing a onesie outside the Black Power headquarters.
We're gonna
Hey, it'll be
remember
my
this
zebra
podcast.
onesie. It'll be fine.
I'm going to feel really bad if you die
He's
now.
black and white.
Yeah.
We don't
You
know what to
will.
do.
Let's kill him just to be sure.
We want to
You will
hate him,
until you
but we
find
want to-
out that I've
he's our
written you into
brother.
my will.
I'm in your will.
Yeah, that way you'll be suspect number 1. Don't worry, I've got you back.
I'm in England. Good luck.
Can I live in
Exactly,
your house?
suspect number 1. Perfect alibi. It's too perfect.
They have this thing called immigration. They know which country you're in. Unless you're Batman. Like,
Unless
yeah.
you've got
Can-
this thing called
Can you just
illegal
say, I'm
immigration.
Batman? Do you want to give it a shot?
I'm Spartacus.
I like to
Oh,
think I would
I'm
be
a
Nightwing.
Spartacus.
I'm John Malkovich.
Lovely.
I'm
I am the
Maggie.
law.
What is your favourite European country that you have visited, Nick? Alpha Nick, I'm talking to.
I'll
Probably
go because I've
Spain.
never been to Europe.
Yeah, I think Spain. Going back there in a few months, hopefully.
Cool.
Was it because it was full of Spaniards?
Well, there are some very cute and topless people there, so you know, it's not bad.
I was
Stop
thinking more of
staring
like
at the
they're fun to
sunbathing
talk
men.
to.
I actually, true story, I was in this place, can't remember where it was, but you know, quite a nice beach there, and I'm walking along, you know, perving on all the girls, and the
Good man.
there's some,
Yeah.
yeah, my language is terrible now. It was, you know, it was bad then. It's terrible now. So I didn't sort of hear when people started yelling at me, because I was too busy perving on girls. I hadn't realised I'd walked through the middle of someone's petanque game.
Oh.
We have fun here.
We're not perving on girls, we're ruining people's fun.
But hey, Nick gets all the ladies. Hey, Nick.
I do.
With his caveman / hipster hair.
Well, there's that, and also that Tinder profile.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Oh my
Okay.
god.
you can tell that story.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Dish.
Well, for shits and giggles, I use Tinder. Hey, what up?
Nothing wrong with Tinder.
Obviously,
Do you wanna
my
plug your
name's. Obviously, I just put Nick as my name, and I have a picture of me and Gus. On the upside of this, I'll say the upside first. It's like people will like add me on there and go, "Oh, hey, Rooster Teeth," and I go, "Hey, Rooster Sheep, join it." It's pretty cool. On the downside of that, I get like the first thing people go ask before even properly looking at me, obviously,
Because
is
you're asking to match with guys? Because
any hole
We
is
don't
good.
say.
But
No,
it's just like they obviously they don't look at my face and they go, "Are you Mordor, Nick?" I'm like, yeah. How morally bad would it be to say yes?
quite morally bad.
Depends. Does it get you
And,
poontang? I don't
and
know
on
what
the other side of that,
guys say.
Calm down.
the other side of that, older women seem to absolutely love Gus.
Oh.
Gus is a handsome dude.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a looker.
Who wouldn't?
Do they love him knowing that he's Gus, or it's just like, oh, who are you, the Mexican-looking dude?
Usually it's, are you the Polynesian-looking dude? I'm not going to say exactly what it is because it's a little bit racist in its own right, but it's like, are you the Polynesian dude or whatever like that? It's like, no, and that's Mexican.
Say it in quotes, then you're allowed to say it.
I don't have video on, so I can't do the quote
No,
marks.
we
Yeah,
know
I'll
you
do
do.
it for you.
We'll do the quotes for
Okay.
you.
I think they used one of them used the term "clean Maori."
Clean out. Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, I'm not.
That's like Australian level racism.
Yeah,
To put another level of racism on this.
just to put it out there though, I put all the sliders up to max, so I like match with the most amount of people as possible to obviously get funny stories and
Girls and
disturbing
guys?
ones.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
And you also set your profile to be female.
accidentally.
Oh, I'm sure it
Accidentally on
was.
purpose.
You just
Wait, I'll
Yeah,
put up the
have
quotes
Peter
again for
change
you.
I think
accidentally.
we found the half man, half woman.
I wondered why I wasn't getting so many matches, and then it turns out that my thing was set to female since I'd installed it.
You know what I've just realised? We
What?
have not been checking the questions. Or have you?
I have checked the comments. Finn
Oh.
said, "What's up, bitches?"
Oh. Hi,
And to
Finn.
that, I say, "What up?"
I
anyway.
say, get lost, no one likes you. Oh.
Whoa.
I'm mean today.
I think I like
Um,
Ghost Maggie better.
Yeah, that's
didn't
the only
back.
comment that I can see on our YouTubes. So, yeah,
Hi,
Cool.
by the way.
cool story. And we just lost 2 viewers. You insult him, and we lose 2 viewers.
Wow.
Yeah, I know how
We've
to
got
offend people.
a huge Finn following in the show. No, actually, what I do say to Finn is, "Why are you on? Ooh, more conspiracies."
Well, there just goes the rest of viewers. Thanks for coming, everybody.
Oh, we just gained back a viewer from insulting someone again.
Oh no, that was me.
All the viewers are just us looking at
Yeah.
the comments.
That was me on my 5 bot computers.
Make us feel
Talking about that,
important.
did you
Like,
hear that Holla browser plugin that lets you watch TV in like America and things like that
Yeah.
being used for botnets? And there is a separate business model that they have in their company where they sell the use of your the botnet, which you agree to when you sign up to companies. So they get money from you to be able to watch stuff all around the world, and then they use your computer for processing and botnetting for DDoS attacks to anyone who wants to hire it.
What if I don't have their extension running at the time? Can
I
they do
think
that?
their extension has to be running, but
Yeah. When I'm not using the extension, I crash it.
well, that's good because if you don't, your computer's being used for nefarious purposes.
Yeah.
If I
I-
hire the...
I
If I
always
hire the
have
bot-
Task Manager open for Chrome and crash anything that's using too much memory or CPU.
I like to think nefarious purposes. The hacker's just in there going like this. Nefarious.
they tip their fedora and then they do the
Calm down, Maggie.
Looking
I'm
up
doing
bots
it for
out
the
in
people.
incognito mode. That's probably what they're doing.
No, that's just for
They're
porn,
not
isn't it?
using an incognito mode. They're doing it
Inco-
straight onto your search history.
Yep.
Incognito
Some poor
doesn't
12-year-old kid. Some poor kid's gonna
incognito
have his
doesn't
mother
work
use
with
his
what?
computer
Some
and be like,
poor
"What's all
kid
this
who's
come from?"
Some poor 12-year-old kid who's better at programming than me. That bastard.
I found that incognito doesn't work as well in a crowded room.
Or an SD camera.
Headphones are usually a good thing as well.
So if someone had a USB stick with your entire internet search history on it,
Mm-hmm.
Not
how
possible.
much money? It's a big USB stick. Like, even incognito, anything you may have possibly searched on anyone else's computer, everything you've seen on the internet that you've searched yourself is on this memory. How much money would you pay to get that back?
None.
None. Let everyone see it.
You know,
Let
you know
how
what?
much-
exposed.
What's your
Because there-
price for them to let everyone see it then?
There is so much stuff on there that to, trawl through all the stupid questions I've had to ask Google over the years. Most of that search history would be how to spell words. It would be single words that I've typed in to figure out how to spell them when I'm writing something. There'd be
Yeah.
so much stuff on there, they wouldn't be able to find the porn. Like, I Google so much crap that, yeah.
Well, that's creepy. My
See-
boyfriend is slowly coming through the door, and it's really freaking me out.
See, I was thinking, oh yeah, mine will probably be mostly like porn when I was like 12 years old and
It's
scared.
down.
Tell
And
them
I
to take his
thought,
clothes
hang on,
off.
it's going to be the word thing.
Take your clothes off.
Hey, it's
You have to
Ed.
demand it.
Ed! Hey Ed!
Ed and Eddie.
I'll find him and I'll ping him and I'll Sharon.
Question to
It's
the
already
person
weird.
watching, does he look
Wait,
like
I'm
Ed
just
Sheeran?
gonna put Maggie's
That's
screen
sort
up
of
to the
min-
big screen.
Da,
Down,
da,
down,
da,
down, down.
Yep.
da,
Put on
da,
something.
Okay,
So-
so this got creepy.
It took a long time to pick up the jacket.
Oh,
So
he's just taking off his jacket.
already it's better than our local strip club.
Off with the shirt.
Okay, zip up your pants, guys. It's okay.
I'm
Oh,
wearing a onesie.
Oh.
You know, pretty well.
So I understand that Rooster Sheep are planning to do some events around Wellington Comic Con.
Yes, we are. I know all about that.
Do tell us more.
do you
In
plan
great
on
detail.
expanding?
Well-
This podcast is brought to you by Rooster Sheep and Comic Con 2015.
And being
Well,
informative.
Al, random shameless plug.
There is an all ages meetup on Saturday the 18th at 12:30 p.m. It's at the Picnic Cafe in the Botanic Gardens. It's a short walk from Westpac Stadium. Open
No.
area. And,
It's not a
You're not
long
allowed to
walk,
use that phrase.
or
You're not allowed to
simple walk.
use a short walk. We all know what happened.
so that was a simple walk.
one.
Stop trying to plug her and stuff. Oh.
Continue.
What?
Is Slenderman in your room? Because you are glitching out.
Yeah, Nick is being attacked by Slender Man. Well,
Yeah, apparently. Wow,
Oh
that
my
was
God.
perfect. One of the first meetups I went to, Nick said, "Oh, it's just a quick walk from the event centre." 1.5 hours later.
Can I just see?
6 days.
Well, at least
the
you didn't
first
say it
event
was a
I
simple
went
walk.
to, Bernie Burns showed up, and Joel, and Brandon.
The yeah, and on a date to be announced, there's also going to be a pub meetup, which is R18, unless you have a fake ID.
So basically,
Which
everyone
I do-
going to the all ages. See you at the pub.
Yeah, which I do not condone, but I'm not the law. Or
But New
am I?
Zealand, hashtag drinking problem.
I don't condone it, but it's R18 unless you have a fake ID.
Yeah, I'm not suggesting anything. I'm just stating things that could happen.
Yeah, and let's not be unfair. You could have any sort of fake ID, fake passport, fake driver's license, fake R18, 18 plus card, whatever that is.
You could get it from anywhere. You could have bought it online. You could have bought it
Just
from.
make sure you're not a
named
foreigner.
Nick.
Or you could just bring an older brother to the pub. A lot of the times they let you in with family.
And
There we
I
go.
need to find someone to stay with in Wellington. Maybe.
There you go.
Okay.
So
Potentially looking at going.
anyone
My
who thinks
brother
that Andrew's
owes me.
handsome, comment on here and he'll sleep on your
Okay.
couch. and you can take photos of him while he's asleep.
Dude, I have just the place. There's already cameras set up everywhere. Sorry, Schmidt.
Oh god,
Yes, you
that's
are.
creepy.
Plus, I'll finally get bonding time with Andrew.
I make it to some events sometimes. I
I'm pretty
promise.
tempted to go because my brother owes me because he stayed in Auckland once and he lives in Wellington. So.
This event is run by Lucas and Joss, and they're some of the the longest joined members of this group. They're fucking awesome people. So
Aye.
Yeah.
Shout out to the mob.
shout out to Lucas and Joss.
Oh shit, I owe them a drink.
You're gonna have to go now, aren't you?
They bought me a shot once, and I lost my voice. I have no idea what was in it,
Oh.
but it was at the second event. It was the one that Bernie turned up at. If anyone was there, I was there
No.
talking to Bernie. I was talking to Bernie Burns, and suddenly Joss appears next to me, and he's like, "We have a drink for you," and I'm like,
Casual
"Oh,
name drop.
yeah." Well, no, just to how fucking I was fully stoked to be talking to the creative Rooster Teeth, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, come with us." And I'm like, "Okay, well, I'll be back in a second." And I walk over and I'm like, "Oh, thanks guys." I take this shot and then my voice disappears. I'm like, fuck.
And then you go back over to Bernie and you're like,
Thank you. Yeah, it was. I said I could.
Last time
and
I
then
was
you
in
can
Wellington.
touch an electric fence.
Last time I was in Wellington, because Lucas can't smell or taste, so I'm constantly trying to give him foods and drinks that he might taste.
Oh,
I-
he's stressed about that.
Interesting.
Yep.
Yeah. He apparently if he has really spicy foods, he can taste afterwards, but he's in such agonizing pain that it doesn't really matter. Like he can taste and smell. If he had like a ghost chili or whatever one time, and he could taste and smell. So I thought, hey, I've got an idea. Went up to the bar, said, "What's the most interesting drink you've got?" My friend can't taste or smell. They come out with jalapeno vodka,
Oh,
Interesting.
which I spilt a little bit down the side of my lip, and it just burned like you wouldn't believe. Inside my mouth was nice tingly, but burned like hellfire anywhere else. Gave that to Lucas, and he was just a poor guy. We'll just leave it like that. I feel so bad for him.
that's a terrible place to leave it.
I'll put your quotes up again. Bad for him. You feel bad for him.
Bad for him. Bad. Yeah, I'm trying to do the quotes. And then
This is what I'm here
he
for.
bought a beer that tasted like soap.
Oh, can I just say, my Kate Crosby is requesting a shout out. Too bad. Conspiracy.
Piss off.
You kind of
Wow.
shouted out
That's coming.
by not
Shout out to
shouting
Kate
out.
Crosby. Yeah, Maggie. Cold.
Alright, I'm sorry, Kate. I love you. Shout out. Yay!
Anyways, anyone have any other topics they want to talk about?
I was actually going to say something, but now I don't remember.
Are any of you guys in the Rooteeth group?
I keep trying to join,
I'm
but
in the group,
I never get
but I
added.
don't have notifications turned on for it.
Yeah, there's a conversation going on there at the moment. I don't know how many of you are on Twitter, but Damaris is trying to kill himself.
What?
Damaris?
Chris
Oh, yeah?
Damaris. The
In what sense?
basically, he's got a photo of himself holding a frog, right? And
I have found this.
Adam Ellis is like, "You know that frog's toxic, right?"
Oh.
And Chris is like, "I assume you're joking," and Alice is like, "Wash your hands."
Oh, wow.
Well,
Oh, no.
Yeah, what you said before was a lot. It's made it sound a lot worse. That he's trying.
yeah,
to
I
kill
was like,
himself.
what?
It's like what?
Try-
Oh, okay. Well, he's not. Chris is just beautifully ignorant about the things in the world that can harm him.
Please tell us more about your man crush, because the way you said that was just like, swoon.
I'm now thinking of how many deleted scenes there are from A Simple Walk.
a lot.
Just wait for the sex tape.
Lots of gay stuff. No, they won't release it. I've asked. The
I thought you had the video.
no,
There's
because
auto-fellatio scenes.
you know, it all went back with them to Rooster Teeth. A lot of it was just on Chris's phone.
Oh wow. So you
The
could say it went south after that.
I've told this story before, but like, okay, basically we on the fifth day of the walk, we're walking down the highway, and Kerry, like, just every so often would yell out "car" whenever there was a car coming from behind us, and I thought he was making Wayne's World references. So, yeah, after the car would pass, I would yell out "Game on," because of just the way he yelled out "car." But then this went on for like every, like, it wasn't for every car, but it was just every so often for like an hour or so. And then I just finished shooting something or other, and Kerry yells out "car" again, and Chris was sort of walking behind me, and he comes up next to me and he's like, "Hey, can I see that shot or something, whatever?" And I'm standing on the shoulder. He's standing like out actually on the road. And Kerry like yells out again. He's like, "Chris, get the fuck off the road! There's a car coming." That's when I realised that the entire day that Kerry had been yelling out "car," it wasn't making Wayne Wilson references. He was telling Chris to get off the road because he would just walk along the road and be oblivious to these hunks of metal hurtling along at 100k.
What we've learned today is Chris is not the brightest bulb in the bunch.
Well, he's
I'm
really
amazed you lie.
smart, and he's absolutely adorable when he gets excited. But
Aw.
no, he is.
Aw.
You can probably see it in at least one of the shorts. But he gets this like look over his face whenever he gets excited about something.
Like big eyes and this massive smile.
Yeah, it's like a puppy.
I'm thinking you see it quite a lot in 10 Little Roosters.
Yeah, I think so. The the first time I saw that look was as we were out to dinner at like a Thai restaurant, and
Continue.
there was a bunch of us. Like, it wasn't just
You
me.
looked up across the table at you. And you looked at
Holding hands over candles.
The waitress was like coming around like taking all our orders, and Chris is like, "Do you have those little crunchy noodles?" And like the lady's like, "Yeah, we've got them." He's like, "Really? Could I have some?" And she's like, yeah, of course. He's just like, and then like he puts his menu down. He's just all excited for his noodles.
So is it just a little bit of footsie going on under the table then?
I think between him and Brandon.
Oh,
Oh.
you
I
got
feel a
cut
bit
out of
left
that
out.
endeavour.
Yeah. I was too busy trying not to make myself look like an idiot, and ordered like the cheapest thing on the menu because,
All of the stories that you've told, I feel it's weird that you were worried about looking like an idiot, like next to them.
yeah. But this is before I knew them. Like,
That's true.
Oh.
Yeah, he was still busy swooning and looking deep into their eyes, finding out which one was the one.
Oh, Chris.
You know the Atari Kid short?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've publicly said that the Atari Kid has popped up in a few dreams.
Oh God.
But the
Whoa.
Ladies, now you know what he's into.
you know his blue cape.
Yes.
I was working with them late at night, and Chris like disappears into the studio and then comes out and he's wearing the cape, and he just snuggles at it in his desk.
That is so cute.
I might have a photo of that somewhere.
Oh, God.
I mean, I've always thought Chris has a kind of a cute baby face, but oh my God. So
He
cute.
is a child in a man's body. That sounded
A
less
man
creepy in
child,
my
as
head.
Well, I mean, at least it's not a man in a child's body.
Mm.
Way
Oh,
worse.
you had to take it there.
Yep. And we've got 5 minutes left, but on that note,
No, dude. There's that hypothetical question that I really wanted to ask because
oh yes, philosophy
admittedly-
section of the podcast.
admittedly, I'm a filthy cheat. Yes, I'm on a couple of podcasts, but I got like there's this show on like Sony, very specific Sony streaming services called Powers or something. It's like a detective show where like 90% of the world has superpowers. Now they have this weird thing in there where if you don't have superpowers and you blow a dude who does have superpowers and swallow, there's a chance that you would get their superpowers. Now my question is,
Right.
would you try to get those superpowers, knowing that
Absolutely.
knowing that it might only last for a day,
That
and
sounds
you might
sexy.
not
Wow.
get them,
Sounds like an
Oh.
average Tuesday for Maggie.
trying to get them superpowers.
That sounds really sexy. Can I just go down on a girl that has superpowers, or?
No, doesn't work. It has to be a dude.
What? How? I tell you what. What if it's Chris? Does that make you feel better, Nick?
What
Only-
about Kerry?
Both.
At the same time.
As long as we could film it.
Oh yeah, everything's okay as long as it's got a camera rolling.
Yeah,
Sure.
like,
That's
because then
different.
it's,
It's the
Old
same
one.
thing as yelling out.
then we're
no
just
homo.
making a web
Somebody's
series.
there recording it. It's fine.
Yo, it's not gay. It's just a web series.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially if you scream out no homo before and after.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's definitely not gay if you beat them up afterwards.
Or no. You just at the end you just go. Just kidding.
I'll take it back.
I always remember the copy pasta from 4chan where it's like the two dudes and then it's like, oh, I'm sure everybody would have seen it. It's like two guys that keep saying they're friends as they blow each other.
We're just
So-
friends.
That's
Just friends.
Yeah, basically.
I just have to ask because it is 4chan. How graphic is this thread?
And can you link me
I
to
don't
it?
know, I always just see a screen cap of it and it's just like the 6-7 lines of text. I
Okay.
wouldn't dare go looking for the source.
The tasty sauce.
Maggie, go sit in the corner.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, like the overall question is, would you blow a dude for superpowers, and what percentages would it be that you'd take that chance?
What superpowers?
You find a
It's-
person who has the superpowers you want, but there's also the chance that you blow them and you don't get superpowers.
Well, I immediately said yes, but then you said it might only last for like a day, so that would be a
Yep.
big
Oh.
thing.
It's like,
I
and then
mean,
also,
If it was
how
only
long would it
temporary,
last?
then I probably just wouldn't. If it was permanent, I'd say like if there was a 50% chance, I'd go for it.
Oh hell yeah!
If
If it's
it was
permanent, I'd go
permanent.
down to like 20% chance. Hell yeah!
If it's permanent, I'd go to a third, 33.
Yeah, that seems fair. But temporary. What's your percentage temporary?
Ah, temporary.
Temporary would have to be 100.
Let's up a range. What, a day, a week?
We'll say a week. We'll say a week. Make it fair. You have some fun. See, the last guys I asked this to, we
So
kind of worked
fun.
out 75 to 80% is like kind of the golden range.
I would have to be in the high 90s if it's only temporary.
I can totally understand.
And which superpower would you hunt down?
Flight.
To be in
It's
reality,
always
the my
flight
will.
for me, usually.
So I only have to blow a dude once or twice, maybe 5 times.
If you're in the mood.
The first one's a trial run. The second one's to get the powers. The other three are just for fun.
Hey, that's just courtesy.
It's like, hey, since I'm already down here,
My courtesy.
is it? How much does he have to blow?
I don't know, like the full load. We'll go with that.
I thought
Or
you
like
said
top
you
class.
had to swallow the.
Yeah.
That was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but what I
That's
mean
how you
is,
get it.
can he jerk off first to get like the bulk of like the, the backed up come out, and then you blow him, so it's just a smaller amount.
The question
Hey,
is,
you could
is
jizz in
it
the cup. You
act of
could jizz in the
blowing,
cup.
or is it the product?
It's the product. So you
then
could
you
go
could
to a
just-
sperm
We're
bank and
getting
go,
so
take me to your
technical with
superhero aisle, please, and just start doing shots.
You could just like
Ooh.
mix a shot
Can-
in with other shots and just be like, down the gullet.
Can I
Yeah,
use
I'd
that
love it.
spray that numbs your throat?
Why are you expecting your
Oh, I
your
don't
throat
know. I
big?
wouldn't absorb the juices then.
No, because it would still go down into your stomach and you could absorb. But it's just you don't have to, feel or taste.
You sound like you've had a bit of experience in this field.
I was
I'm just trying to make everyone feel more and more uncomfortable.
Just because you're
when
the
I
only
was
one
in-
who can't feel as uncomfortable.
When I was in
It's lots
America,
of fun.
the
We have fun here.
Yes.
when I was in America, we're in this store that was kind of like a what would you call like a store that sells records and T-shirts and pop culture stuff and lighters and
Hot
bongs?
topic.
And-
Hipster store.
Hot topic.
No,
Hot topic.
it's, but then at the back would also sell dildos.
Oh,
Oh, we call that trick or treat.
Yeah, it's kind of like a pulp culture store of, you would find, Barney Stinson's, what's
Private dildo collection.
the playbook and all that sort of stuff.
oh
like,
yeah.
And like just a ton of like different kind of lighters and bongs and like you would find Groot in there and. But yeah, then at the back it has just all sick stuff. Like
Well,
behind
yeah,
the-
that's actually. Trying to think of the name. I think it's just called the Convenience Store here. There's a place here that does it. There's one in Albany, if anyone's around the North
Okay.
Shore, and it's
Yeah,
like a
like the
$2
one
shop.
here
It's a very large
called
$2 shop. It's right next door to the warehouse. But then you go
Oh
through. all
yeah,
the
I've been
right at the
I've been
back.
to that one.
Yeah, and then right
Okay.
at the back, there's just a little curtained off section with dildos, blow up
Yeah.
dolls.
It,
Uh,
it's a little different to that. I'd never been sort of into one sort of like this where it's more like a record store that no longer sells records because records are outdated. Like, but they still sell all like the merch that goes with it. But then at the
Right.
back, it's got like sexy
Oh.
stuff. It wasn't behind like beads or anything like that. It was just at the back.
It was
Anyway,
just
they
there.
had this whole bookshelf of different sprays. Like some of them were like lubes and KY jelly and stuff. But then a lot of them were for
Oh.
oral. So it was like numb your throat, make your throat taste like strawberries, like all this sort of these different sprays that you can take. I'm like, interesting. Oh yes, this could really upgrade my blowjob game. Because I give blowjobs all the
Maggie's
time.
just sitting there taking notes. She's actually got a webcam paused right now.
Okay.
We actually have a store similar to
You're
that.
like, where's the store?
It was in it was in Marietta, California. So
We have a store similar to that here in New Plymouth. Like, the worst part about it is they have like these sweet guitars and all this like basically guitar and music stuff in the front. But as soon as you walk in the door, it's like, oh, sex toys everywhere. The only place they have guitars is in the front, so it looks like a guitar store.
there's tons of stores in New York that are like that. That you walk in and the very first row is DVDs, and then the rest of the 3-story store is sex stuff.
What are the
Like-
DVD pornos?
Like the front row of DVDs are all like recent releases. Like you would
Family,
find, like a
cartoons,
Yeah, like-
kids.
well, not quite family, but like action films and stuff.
Yeah, I don't want to be
And
going and getting family films and kids films.
Action. You know what I mean?
Hey,
Yeah,
Jimmy,
and then
what movie do you want to watch?
no, this was really weird to me because I went in because I thought it looked a bit dodgy, so I thought I'd get some cheap knockoff like sort of DVDs like you'd get at a market kind of thing. And then like I walked past the first row, and then there's just all porno DVDs. I'm like, well, this is interesting. I wonder what's on the second floor. So I got to the second floor, and it's all like bondage stuff and like costumes and all that sort of stuff. And then I'm like, okay, well, I've now seen like the DVDs and the sex toys and the bondage gear and all that. I wonder what could possibly be on the third floor. So I'm like looking up the stairs, and I haven't gone up yet. But there's a dude sitting on a chair at the bottom of the stairs. He's like, go up, man, go up. And so I walk up the stairs, and I get to the top, and I see a lady, like, having a cigarette, like, in the building, outside what looks like, oh, how do I describe this? Like,
Brothel?
like a series
Live
of
sex.
phone
A sex
booths.
booth?
Yeah. It looked,
It is a sex
I was kind of,
booth.
yeah, it was a bunch of sex
I was
booths, and she was
joking.
just wearing a thong. And I'm like,
Right.
Oh,
Oh.
wow.
So yeah, it was like they had about 6 booths to go and watch a girl strip with the whole glass and everything, and I'm like, oh well, this is interesting. I'm gonna leave now.
Classy.
So how much money did you spend at that store?
So it wasn't the changing room.
Well, that store none, but I went to like 6 more stores. So
Oh, that one was crap, but the other strip club I went to, whew.
yeah.
So, I happened to be on a stag do the other night,
Brag about it.
and we happened to go to a establishment where girls remove certain items of
A strip
clothing.
club.
Yep.
I believe the proper term is a titty bar.
Yep.
Or
that
little
might
people.
be it. Now, for those of you who
Fucking Maggie.
Maggie, come on. Generally, I've understood that it's a no-touchy place there. But
Gee.
the stag was gifted a private show which had viewing seats. So the rest of the stag party were invited in to watch him be involved in the private show, and there was a little more touching.
I'm having
So did you watch
deja
him
vu.
get it
Have we
on?
talked about this before?
Which strip club did you go to?
I'm not naming names of anything, alright?
Just taking notes.
He did
What
not get
was the
far.
general area?
No, I'm just curious because I have a friend that's a stripper.
I think I've probably
What's her name?
disclosed too much
Chastity?
on the internet
Summer?
right now.
I don't
No,
actually know what
those
his
are,
name is.
that's
I
her
don't wanna
stripper
speak
name.
Yeah.
Been lied to in my life.
No,
A friend who's a stripper. Alright, Nick.
Oh no, I don't actually think she's a friend anymore because I was more friends with her boyfriend, and when they broke up, I think he got sort of like
custody of friends.
yeah. The it was actually an interesting night. So that was a night like we'd all of like sort of our group of friends had been invited to her strip club to because we all got friends of hers got free entry, and whatnot. But I was going to a talk from like directors and editors and stuff like that, and because I work in the film industry, and it's like so I go to this talk and whatever, and I'm like, okay, cool, go. And I was gonna meet my girlfriend at the strip club, and I get there, and I text the guys. I'm like, hey, I'm outside, and so the stripper girl comes out and gets me, and like says to the mouse, oh, he's with me, whatever. So I just go in, and it's all good, and get given a bunch of stripper dollars. And my girlfriend still hasn't arrived, and I get this text from her, and you're not supposed to use your phone in the strip club, so I had to keep going into the bathroom to text, which looked really dodgy, me taking out my phone every time I went to the bathroom at a strip club. And and she'd cut her thumb and was in the A&E. So yeah, I was at a strip club while she was in hospital.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, that was very interesting because when a mate friend of yours is a stripper, when she's on stage, you don't really want to look. Like,
But you
So
just
it's-
can't help it.
yeah, but the thing is, she was actually really talented in terms of like all the sort of athleticism part of it. Do you guys know what a dead
You're
drop
trying to
is?
cover. It feels like you're trying to cover up. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a cover-up, right?
No, I'm honestly telling the
Cover
truth
up.
now. At first when she came on, right, me and like another of my guy mates, we just got in like this really serious conversation, so we would like, it didn't look like we weren't trying not to look, but it was obvious that we were trying not to look. But then she did this thing, I think it's called like a dead drop, where what they do is they climb to the top of the pole, and here I'm going to use my.
You got a pole there you can show us on?
So
Let me
here's the pole.
demonstrate.
Okay.
Let me demonstrate. on
My
this.
hand is the stripper. She goes to the top of the pole,
It's a pretty stripper.
and then
Take it off.
Guys,
Thank
we're
you.
trying to be informative here.
horizontal, and she's like just like basically her sort of calves are the only thing that's holding her there. She's horizontal, and then she just drops and stops like 2 inches before hitting the ground. I'm
Oh,
like, whoa!
Jeez.
That would
Like,
give some chafing.
I feel
Yeah,
like
well, she
her
actually-
talents are wasted at the strip club. Almost.
The strip club, like, they come on by sliding down the pole, like they've got like a ramp at the top.
So they're
And they
firemen
come.
too.
Yes,
No,
they
fire
do.
women.
Like fire,
Don't
they
discriminate.
come down like fire women, fire people.
Don't
Fire
discriminate
people.
at the strip club.
Let's not be sexist.
Fire
And when-
dwarf.
I've heard since then that to do this thing again, I think it's called a dead drop. To do this, the pole needs to be really clean because otherwise, if it's got someone's sweat or anything on there, like you can't stop yourself and you come crashing down. When she first came down the pole, she had a rag and was cleaning it. Like she had spray and wipe and a rag. And then she came down, she cleaned the pole, and then
the show.
yeah, and then she chucked it back up onto the ramp. So I'm like, oh,
Fancy.
well,
Like-
That is a
was she,
fancy
like,
place.
trying to
Even
do
the
it-
janitors are strippers.
Was she trying to do it like all sexy, like to make it part of the show? Like, ooh.
No, it was just like, she came sliding down the pole, but it was just, at the top in her hands was like this rag, and she just kind of spun around and went down, and then sort of, bent down to clean the bottom of the pole, and then just chucked it back up and continued on. So, I mean, I
Yeah.
guess it was kind of sexy, because at that point she's still wearing clothes, but it was like, a mini skirt, a thong, and a bra, like.
Mm-hmm.
For someone who wasn't looking, you have a great, great memory.
Yeah.
He wasn't focused on the clothes, to be honest.
Not looking.
Hey.
Oh, I was honestly way more sort of interested, like, why is she cleaning the pole? Not a euphemism.
Why is she rubbing it like that?
Was that extra service? So at the strip club, she offered the extra service of cleaning the pole.
Yeah. Yeah, but they make a
Customers
lot of
were
money
paid
there.
enough.
Maggie,
I
have you
mean,
been to
so-
a strip club?
The establishment.
I actually have not. No.
Okay, I was about
Hey,
to
you get free
ask you if
entry
you had, because
At some places.
My
Go on, Joe.
Okay. My first time going to one, it was just out one night. It was a Saturday night in Auckland with a
You
group of
saw someone
friends.
look like
It was-
Maggie.
No, he
What?
just thought he saw Maggie there.
Oh.
No, because there was a group of 8 of us, and there was 3 guys and 5 girls, and we walked past Calendar Girls, and then all of the girls said, "Oh my god, we want to go into the strip club,"
The
and
girls
those 3 guys were
said
like, "Okay."
Absolutely.
Yeah, we were surprised because 2 of them, the other 2 guys were like out with us with their girlfriends, so 2 of the 5 girls were going out with 2 other guys, and they were all like, "Let's go to the strip club," and us 3 guys were like, "Okay," and one of them ended up getting permission from his girlfriend to get a lap dance, and yes, that was an interesting experience. I
She
don't
is
know,
a
is that a
keeper.
thing with girls that seem to want to go to a strip club?
After I left that strip
Yeah.
club that time, because I left to go to the hospital to check on my girlfriend. The
2
I got
hours later.
Yeah, I got told that one of the girls in my group that I was with was the only person to get a private lap dance. Like she went into the back room and everything.
Oh,
Wow.
And my girlfriend was
Wow.
jealous that she missed out on the strip club. So it's.
So,
I think girls
See,
are more
I've
into
got-
it than guys are, because like girls are like, oh, look at the costumes they're wearing and look at what they do, look at how they move and stuff.
Whereas the guys all sit awkwardly trying to hide their erections from their friends.
Yeah.
Not really. I like to sit in the back and watch everyone do the whole meerkat thing.
You sit there awkwardly, and then you get turned on, and it's like, well, now I'm turned on. I can't do anything about this.
Surrounded by my friends, or I'm sad and alone and turned on. There are
It's
two
like
sad
all
scenarios.
over again.
that thing, isn't it?
I've been to this 3 times, and I can never say that I've never been turned on at a strip club. To be fair, it is Taranaki, so
Have you been to a male strip club yet?
They exist.
I think you found the
like I
root of the
said,
problem, Maggie.
like I was
Yeah.
going to say before, I have been to a lot of strip clubs, and I've got unfortunately, a lot of strip club stories because of that. But yeah, I'm not ashamed to say, well, I'm incredibly ashamed to say I was the sober driver for a bunch of my female friends one night.
That's
So
nothing
way
to be
more
ashamed
dick than I needed to.
of. You did.
Aww.
We can
Yeah,
all
come
be
on.
loving.
Go
I feel like
Girls get snaps.
Take one for the team.
I'd rather not.
It was taking a lot more than one.
Bad turn of phrase. I didn't mean to take one. I just meant you took one for the team driving them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the anus.
Hey. I will bring up that we've had a few more comments, somewhat spammed to our YouTube. I'm just going to go through them in chronological order. From
Audio.
order.
Audio.
Pretty good. Says, where are you guys from? Do you play Xbox Live? If you guys make a movie, I'll watch. Hashtag just kidding. Hashtag no homo. What's up? I'd never blow a dude, because that's fucking gay. Pull your head in.
What?
Where y'all from?
Wait, was that the same one? That's if
Hello?
you're gay and pull your head in? Because if
Yeah.
they're separate ones, it's like, pull the head in. Get super.
Wait,
the
I gotta see
caveman-looking
these.
homo is a sicko. What's
Aw.
up with the gap in that Wahine's mask? Hello. So
Hi.
that's the goings on of
Hi,
yeah.
Freddie.
Freddie Gibbs.
Mom, I thought you told me
Aloha,
not to
amigo.
comment.
I guess he's from New Zealand because he's using the term Wahine.
That's also Hawaiian, I thought.
Could be. So Freddie, do we want to answer these?
Uh,
Are they questions?
Where are you guys
the
from?
only real
Auckland.
there's two
Do you
questions.
play
It
Xbox
was
Live? Yes. If we make a movie, you'll watch.
not really
Okay.
a question, but okay.
What's up?
The strippers are roasted sheep.
The stripper at the top of the pole's up, and then she's down.
Now she's down.
Now she's
I feel
cleaning
like-
it.
That's
she's
cool
mopping
that
the
you
floor.
would never blow a dude. It was a hypothetical. Thanks for playing.
Yes,
Where are we?
hypothetical.
We're from New Zealand. We told you that before. Hello. The caveman dude. That's Nick. He's a pretty cool guy. So yep. And I don't know what gap in the Wahine's mask.
How dare you speak ill of our
Yes.
Lord?
I'm confused as to that one.
That doesn't even make sense to me. I'm trying to think about it.
I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm
still.
So, Freddie, could you exaggerate on why I'm a sicko? I'm just curious. There are many things that could make me a sicko. I'm
Maybe
curious as to which.
it's like, you know how
Why?
people say, dude, that guy is sick. You know?
No,
like,
I don't.
No,
think-
it's definitely the stories. It's just which one exactly.
90s.
Probably because I was talking about blowing dudes and Chris being
Yeah.
adorable and
Yeah.
strippers.
Wait, how is that sick?
I think he's possibly left because we're now down to 6 viewers. I think half those viewers are us. And it's probably a good
5 of
time
them
for
are
us
us.
to say goodbye. Anyone have any
Yeah.
final topics or comments to make?
I just want to say I am super jazzed that Marble Hornets is going to,
Going
RTX.
to God? What?
Going to RTX, and I am going to give my Marble Hornets DVDs to someone to get them signed. Probably Adam. Please, Adam, if you're still watching, please.
Alright. Nick, any comments from Britain? How's the face?
It's grey.
It's great.
Have
Wait,
you ever
sorry,
seen the
did you say
sun
how-
there?
Did you say how's my feet?
Oh, I was going to say, how's the royal family? But
Oh, how's the royal family? Apparently
Chuffingly
they had a
good, old
baby.
chap.
yeah.
Oh my
and
god.
They took a photo of the baby.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
is
like
it?
3 years old
Another
now.
kid. Yeah.
No, it's like 2 months old now.
Yeah, there's 2. There's George and
The
Charlotte.
other one.
Charlotte.
To be fair, I've got 2 nieces. They're like 3 and something else, and I still don't know their names.
Charlotte, Elizabeth, Diana.
Oh. Damaris.
Fourth.
Yeah, and then dude, something I learned here. The royals that aren't direct. You know how the RT podcast were talking about the last name of the royal family.
Yeah, they take it depending on what they're the Duke or Duchess of, yeah.
Yep.
Well, it's anyone who's in line to be the monarch. Last name is Windsor, but anyone who's like the spare, so like Harry or Charlotte, will have the original
Satire
German.
of the royal family.
Yeah, they'll have the original German last name.
I thought they just
Huh.
literally didn't have a last name. It was like
No, they've,
Or
they've got
they're
a,
on the
from the
birth
house of...
certificate that they had.
Or maybe-
had
now in terms of family, they've got a German last name because they are of German heritage. But during the First or Second World War, they wanted to show allegiance to Britain, so the monarch changed the last name to Windsor. But it's only for the monarch and people who are in direct line to be the next monarch.
No. Oh. More you know.
the more you know.
Nice.
Either that or I was lied to.
No, that sounds legit.
No,
Any
that
last
is true.
comments from the Copperstone, Cobblepot,
Um,
Penguin, Zebra?
well, apparently my ability to become the King of England at some point has just dropped by another one. So I'm now like in the 600s. That sucks. You know, pretty good. I need a pee.
Well,
And Joe,
then.
what did you think
Next
of your
ball,
first
volleyball.
podcast?
I thought it was great. It was great fun. There was only one little comment, as I don't understand the hatred towards midgets. I think that was very uncalled for.
Hey, little
not
people.
naming any
Maggie.
names. No names in particular.
I don't know
I'll
what you're
name
talking
names.
about.
Maggie's a racist.
Steaming
I thought you
racist.
knew
No,
me.
she's a heightist.
Apparently
Come
you
on,
don't know
guys.
me at all.
Hey,
I'm a
midgets are
racist,
a race.
a heightist.
Little
And
fire people,
ignorance.
Maggie. Little
I'm
fire
just a
people
horrible.
who clean.
I'm
Just a horrible person.
Well, on that note, while we were doing this podcast, I was trying to work out where I could link our interview with Jack Patello. Turns out it's on my YouTube, not on Viewport's YouTube. So I'm going to download that and re-upload it for anyone who wants to watch it.
The one
And
from like 3 years ago.
from like a year ago, 2 years ago.
The
2 years.
the
That's
event.
2 years.
Oh, 2
Jeez,
years. Okay.
That was 2 years ago. Far out. Time flies. Anyway, and we're going to try and do this podcast on a semi-regular basis of some sort. Possibly bi-weekly to start with, maybe weekly.
Twice a
You
week.
guys can let us know what night suits you guys. We're going to probably stick with Tuesday unless there's another night that's more suitable. And if you want to be on the podcast, message me or, yeah, send me a Facebook message. And we always love to have new people on, like Joe here.
If you want to be on the podcast, one thing you can do is send an email to caleb@achievementhunter.com. Make sure to make the subject
To link
line
your top
I
10
want to be
favourite
on the
videos.
podcast. Don't forget
Yeah,
to
make sure-
include your linked video of your top 10 playlist by top 10
Or
YouTubers.
Andrew@geospaces.com.
No, if you just go on Tinder and go to Auckland, spread your region really wide, and swipe right until you find Andrew.
Find the
Or Nick.
Mexican and the clean Maori.
The
I still can't
pasty
get
white
over
guy
that
that
one.
clean Maori.
Yeah, that,
Clean Maori.
I was just like, wow. Unmatched.
So,
The-
on that note,
one final
your-
plug. Join our
my final
MySpace page. We hear that it's taking off, so
Band.
you know, it will be the next home of Rooster Sheep will be on MySpace.
Yes.
on MySpace.
We're
And
we're
there's
making
my
that
band
migration.
demo on there if you want to check that out as well. Also, check out the Bebo page.
Yeah. Don't
It's
forget
down at the
to
moment.
send some love
Oh
to
my
my
god,
Bebo page.
That's my Bebo page.
Yeah, just whip out your Engage, jump on Zune, and we're right there.
You can
I'm
download us
serious
on the
though.
Zoom
I tried
marketplace.
to look. I tried to go back to my old Bebo a few months ago and found that Bebo's actually gone away. They
No,
went
Bebo's
back.
back
What?
as a new
I
mobile
am
app.
so
You
sad.
send
Oh,
stickers
is
to people, and
is
you have an animated cartoon of yourself, and you say, "I went to the park today," and it will animate you going to the park.
Oh really?
Oh,
That sounds like a.
dude. You're right. That's so upsetting. I had like
It's
the
sad,
most
and it
kick-ass
also
Bebo
seems-
ever.
Same.
It
I had
also
a
seems like
pet
a-
wolf that I never did anything with.
Those
Yeah,
games.
I had so many apps on my Bebo page, and
I
I had a
just
bunch of love. And I had a status
What?
that I hadn't updated in 7 years.
Oh wow, nice.
Because you can only have one status at a time.
I had a music video of, what was it? Panic at the Disco that played automatically
Oh
when you
wow.
god.
entered my page.
Do you-
Yeah,
I
that was infringing on MySpace's
my,
space.
my, if Bebo was still
Oh.
around, my status would be from the 2007 Rugby World Cup when we lost to France. It was my last status I put on Bebo.
my theme for my Bebo page was of a car with a very scantily clad lady on it, I'll have you know. And I was in an intermediate school at the time. So I was
Wow.
one of the
Really?
cool kids.
I think my last status was my fake plants died because I didn't pretend to water them.
That
God.
sounds like a Twitter update these days.
You haven't changed at all.
No.
And I think when I deleted my Bebo, I forgot to back up my travel blog that I had on there when I was traveling to India, so I lost it.
Oh, that's the one thing that's come out of Bebo going away. That's the bad thing.
Also, now that Bebo's gone, where am I going to watch clips of Family Guy episodes?
Oh yeah.
It's not like we have another website that will do that.
And how are you going to tell people you've got another
There's an
half?
Start video sharing site that they'll like put those clips onto it. I think it's Google's talking about buying it. It's called
Okay.
It's
something Tube.
MeTube?
RedTube, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Pikachu?
NetTube?
Doesn't sound very big. It'll probably go away
Yeah.
soon.
YouTube, I think it is.
Fatso?
But we should totally check that out. And yeah, so like our Bebo page and check us out on MySpace.
Find
and
us
on
on
that
Pornhub.
note,
We've got 6
I
achievements.
miss you, Bebo.
Check out our
in
personal
Wellington-
Tumblrs.
If you are in Wellington on the 17th and 16th of next month, wait, 17th and
July.
18th of July, 17th
If
through
you go,
19th.
if you're going to
July.
Wellington Comic Con,
If you're going to Wellington Comic Con, check
hit us
out
up.
our
17th to 19th
and-
of July.
Yeah. Goodbye, and till next time.
Good luck.
Oh well.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.